because we are learning. You take now 6x squared. We are done with that. So now we are here. Don't go to that one. No. We are not going there. We are going to this one here. Alright, so let's do it. What did I say? You say 6x squared y is positive over 2x. You're going to say 2 into 6, it goes 3 times. X into x squared, there are 2 of them, 1 will remain. So what you have, you've got 3xy. So it's positive plus 3x and y. Then you take that 3xy, multiply that divisor thing, 2x minus 4y. Then you open that bracket and open that bracket. 3 times 2, it's 6. X times x, it's x squared. And then there is a y along there. Minus 3 times 4, it's 12. Xy times y, it's x. But look, y is now a squared. It's trying to match everything. You'll see what is done. Question number 2, again is still algebra. We're looking at question 2.1. Says divide these 6 marks. A good 6 marks, guys. It was the long division. I feel like they made it a little bit trickier, but I hope it didn't trick you, hey? So they are saying you are given 4x cubed minus 2x squared y, be careful there, minus 14x y squared, just be careful on the square there, plus 4y cubed. Don't worry, I'll bring it back to the blackboard. So what are you dividing with? We'll come back to that. Let me take this here. I hope you agree with what I just wrote. So this is that. Okay, let me just delete this. So we have this, and what am I dividing this thing with? I'm dividing with 2x minus 4y. So here I've got 2x minus 4y, 2x minus 4y. Then you do this. That's it. All right, that's the division. How do you go about this? It mustn't stress you. It mustn't stress you. Something that is repeating. Check my previous videos. I haven't done, I think, the one with a y and an x. I don't know, but this is the thing. This is how you start this whole division. Let's do it a little bit slower so that you can get the concept. Okay, go with me. Now you take 4x cubed, right? You divide by the 2x. Please, you're always using 2x. You're not going to use 4y. So you say divided by 2x. So what you do, the 2 into 4, you get 2. The x into x cubed, there are 3 of them, cancelled 1, you're left with 2. So that's where you have got what? 4x squared. Are you with me? Then this will multiply that. But how does it multiply? This is what you write. You're going to write, this is what you're going to write. You're going to write 4x squared multiplying 2x minus 4y. Do you see how it's like? So that you open that bracket, you open that bracket. So 4 times 2, it's 8. X squared times x is x cubed. It will always, not 4x squared, actually it's 2. Sorry about this. I wrote to say, that's where now I'm asking myself, why am I getting something different? This is not supposed to be 4, but it's supposed to be 2, because 2 into 4 is 2. So I made an error here. I was supposed to bring it as a 2. So just correct that. so that I've got 2 there and I've got 2, so that even here I've got a what? I've got a 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. It must always give you that, always. That's what these are things that you check for. And then 2 times 4 is negative 8, but x squared and y is x squared y. This is what I write down there. So it will be 4x cubed, right, minus 8x squared y. Is it making sense? From there, rule off, put a div and minus, put a bracket. Everything you're doing will be repeating that. You're writing things on top, you multiply, go down, roll off, put a negative. That's what I'm repeating. So when I'm separating now, this minus this, it will go out as 0. It will always, the first one is like that. Then minus 2x squared y minus 8x squared y. Be careful, it must match. You see, it must match x squared y, x squared y. If it doesn't match, you made an error. So it's minus 2 minus 8. That's what I do in my calculator. It mustn't confuse you now to say, but this is, what is this? It's negative 2, then that minus, and then negative 8. You can do it like that. You get a positive 6. So it's plus 6, but it's what? X squared y. When you've done that, bring down this guy here. Let me use a different marker so that you can see. Bring him down here. So what does it become? With the sign, it becomes minus 14x y squared. Repeat this step. Let's repeat this step. It repeats as is. Look what I'm going to do again. I'll be patient with you guys because we are learning. You take now 6x squared. We are done with that. So now we are here. Don't go to that one. No. We are not going there. We are going to this one here. Alright, so let's do it. What did I say? You say 6x squared y is positive over 2x. You're going to say 2 into 6, it goes 3 times. X into x squared, there are 2 of them, 1 will remain. So what you have, you've got 3xy. So it's positive plus 3x and y. Then you take that 3xy, multiply that divisor thing to x minus 4y. Then you open that bracket and open that bracket. 3 times 2, it's 6. X times x, it's x squared. And then there is a y along there. Minus 3 times 4, it's 12. Xy times y, it's x. But look, y is now a squared. It's trying to match everything. You'll see what is done. So you take this guy and write it down there, which is 6x squared y minus 12. Look at it now. X y squared. Do you see how perfect it is coming? At this stage, what you do, I told you, you rule off, you put a bracket, and then you put a minus. Again, 6x squared y, this must always give you, the first one will give you a 0. Now, minus 14 minus 12. It's xy squared, xy squared. Your calculator comes in handy. If you know how to do it, it's easy. This is minus 2, I know it, but I do it for you. Minus 14 minus 12. It's negative 2. So I come and say, don't forget the sign, negative 2, but it's what? It's x y squared. What do you do? Next stage, drop this guy down. Alright, with the sign. So what are you dropping? We are dropping plus 4y cubed. Guess what? The step repeats again. Guys, this is just a repeating step. You just need to know. But now what are we focusing on? We are focusing on this guy, not anything here. Don't focus on the part there. You are focusing as you're going further. You are focusing down there. So what we have now is minus 2x y squared over again what? Over 2x. We are repeating everything. The 2 goes into 2, you get a 1. the x cancels because it's 1, there is x, you just get negative y squared. See that? Then you write it negative y squared. Don't forget, this negative y squared, it multiplies what? 2x minus 4y. Is this not repetition? To me, it's just repetition. Are you with me? Take this multiply, take this multiply. Negative y times 2x is negative y squared x, but it's better to start with x, so that is negative xy squared. Then negative times negative is positive, y squared times 4y is positive 4y cubed. Alright, you write this down, which is negative, I forgot, it's negative y squared times 2x. There is a 2 here. Guys, I forgot a 2. But you write it neatly to become negative 2, start with x, and then it's y squared, and then plus 4y cubed. Do you see what's happening? What do you do next? You roll off. You put a bracket. And then what you put? A minus. Now, negative 2, negative, negative, it will give you a 0. Now, 4y cubed minus 4y cubed is a 0. It means you have reached the end. When you see it like this, you have reached the end. If it's actually a factor, it will give you that. Then, that is the answer they wanted. When they said, divide this by, this is what they needed. Only this part, of course. Don't give us the working. This was supposed to be on your rough paper, and the answer you're supposed to present to us was this. 6 marks, difficult? Nah, not really difficult. The errors, it's up to you, but what is important is this, what they are marking. Okay, now it's very important. They will mark that, they mark that, they mark that, and then they come here, and between the two they'll mark that, and they'll mark that, and they'll mark maybe the end. Or they can come here and give you actually even here, but 6 marks, you know. They will mark the 3 definitely on top, and then they give you 3 marks down. So it's 3 and 3. 3 on top is 3 down here, and 3 on top. And the total is what? Is 6. Alright. Let's move on to the next one. This was 9 marks. I like number 2.2. I really enjoyed this 2.2. You know what? It actually kind of was twisting in my head. I was like, which one must I take from which one? It says what must be added, you see, to this to give that. What must be added? But it's like this. Let me ask you. If I say what must be added from 10 to get 15, what are you going to say? What must be added from 10 to get 15? What must be added from, we're maintaining the statement, what must be added to, what must be added to what? What must be added to 10 to get 15? So what are you going to say? You know the answer. What must be added? You are going to say 5. But the question is, how did you get 5? How did you get 5? You're like, I know, I mean, from 10 to go to 15, I add 5. But look at it. What if you say 15 minus 10 is equal to 5? Does that make sense now? We can try the same scenario. What must be added to give this? Let's take the give, which is the 15. In this case, what is the 15? Is the, let me write it down here so that I can be able to follow up. It's 5 minus 5x squared minus 3x. Let's take it here. This will kind of represent my what? My 15, you see? Is that? And then I bring the other one. The other one is think, yeah, let's do the same color. It's x plus 2x squared minus 3. They just wanted to trick you here. Trust me, they just wanted to trick you around, just to play with your mind, you know. So what did I do between the two? I subtracted. But now before we do that, there's something interesting I just want to bring across. You need to be very sensitive with algebra, you know. Look at this. So we know we have to subtract the 2, but so this represents the 15. 10 is represented by that. Remember, the question was what must be added to 10 to give 15. They use give. So we are saying 5. But how do you get 5? 15 minus 10, I get 5. But now with algebra, look at the differences. You see, I've got the 5, I've got this x squared, I've got 3, but on the other side it's also mixed up. The better thing is to always rearrange descending order. Remember, you start with the highest power, the lowest power, and no power. So the first one here, if I rearrange, it's minus 5x squared. Why? Because the negative is starting there. Then minus 3x. Are you seeing that? And then what? Plus 5. This is that. And then on this one is 2x squared is the first one. There is a hidden positive there. Plus x minus 3. That is the whole thing here. Then you know that I said this one minus, then you can then come in here and say, okay, take this guy, let me duplicate him down, take this guy, let me duplicate him down. These guys I'm going to subtract them. But now again, when you subtract these guys, algebra and the rules of algebra says if there is more than one term, respect it with a bracket. Are you seeing that? That's where they're just checking you on simple things. Now this bracket means this negative will go inside and turn everything, changing the sign. So it will be what? It will be minus 5x squared minus 3x plus 5. Some of you are forgetting, where did I get this minus? I got it from here, guys. What must be added? I know it says what must be added. Added means plus, but I told you what must be added to 10 to get 15. You say it is 5, but what did I say? I said 15 minus 10 to get 5. Remember that. That's what happened. Or you can say 10 plus 5 to get 15 if you want. You know, but we don't have 5. We don't know the 5. We want to get that 5. So look at this. Then from there, the negative as a way of interchanging, it becomes minus 2x squared. Then positive x becomes minus x. Negative 3 becomes plus 3. Then it's a matter of collecting like terms, which is equal to minus 5x squared, collect it, minus 2x squared, minus 3x, minus x, and then what else? I've got 5 plus 3. Do you see what is happening? Now, minus 5x squared minus 2x squared, minus 5 minus 2 is negative 7. You maintain the x squared. Minus 3 minus x, there is a hidden one there, it's minus 4x. And then 5 plus 3 is 8. So this is the answer. We can go back to the statement. Oh, some of you are saying, but I know it in a different way. That is fine. Do this. If you know the other version of it, let me duplicate it so that you can do it like this. Some of you, I know what you're going to say, but let me do it for you before. Let me undo this and then do this and then do this. Let me duplicate it. I don't want to mix it like this. Some of you are used to it being like this, and then I hope I'll be able to move this thing there. Here. Alright. Some of you are used to it like this. What you do is you have a way of writing it like this, because it's this minus. So some of you know that if I say minus here, and then what I have, put a thing here. Remember that 5x squared minus this is negative 7x squared. Some they prefer like this. Minus 3x minus x is minus 4x. Right? And then was it? Yes. 5 minus 3 is 5 plus 3, which is plus 8. Some they prefer it like this. Can we test this? Yes. Question was, what must be added to this to give this? So what must be added to this one? So what we do is we take this one, this guy, take it down there. We take this guy, and with this guy, I'll do it here, we add this guy. Let's add this guy. Let's see what it gives us. It must give us this guy. Now plus, see, I'm adding minus 2x squared plus minus 7. 2 minus 7 is negative 5x squared. We tick, correct? X plus minus 4x minus 3x. This is same as x, which is 1 minus 4. We tick. Minus 3 plus 8 is positive 5. You tick. So what must be added? This is the guy that must be added. A bit twisting you there, but you be the judge. Okay, now let me go ahead and say this, guys. Listen carefully. This video is going to be done. I'm doing this video almost, I think I'll be able to do it twice because it's a full paper in 2 sittings, not twice. I'll do it in 2 sittings. So this is what happens. I want these videos to be almost or a maximum of 24-minute lessons. You see, that's why the channel is called 24 minutes. Why? Because you are able to absorb up to 24 minutes. So the videos, you discover that they are 24 minutes or less. So when you see the videos being cut, it means it's encouraging you to follow up, but always do it in 24 minutes. My old videos, they will go for 1 hour, for 1.5 to 2 hours. Now I've seen students sitting in that 2 hours once. Trust me, after 25 or 30 minutes, your mind is already distracted. So it means your concentration gets lower and lower as the time increases. So don't sit down for a long extended period thinking that you're studying. What you do is come in, look at the video for a short space of time. It can be 5 minutes, it's very perfect. It can be 10 minutes, but up to 24 minutes, let it be your cutoff time. At that moment, set up your alarm, stop reading or doing whatever you're doing, go outside, take a break, and then just do something totally different to books. Come back again for the next session of 24 minutes. You see, so someone did a study and then they say this is the thing. I know I'm going away from this channel thing, but this is the thing. Let's say this is a graph of time versus your concentration, right? They say someone who wants to read for hours. Let's say this is 30 minutes. This is 1 hour. This is 2 hours. So 30 minutes is 0.5. Right. So they say your study, you see, your concentration lowers like this. So no more effectiveness. But a guy who does study it in pockets, they say he starts here. When it drops, he takes a break. He goes a little bit, but it will not be all the way to the top. He starts here being maximum. Let's say all of you start here being maximum concentration. Right? And then the guy, it goes a little bit, jumps up, and then he starts again dropping down, and then he goes a little bit, and then he goes, and then a little bit he goes. But look at it, after 2 hours you can see that this guy is understanding better. More concentration is average, but look at this guy, my guy here, the concentration is low. So 2 hours after, you'd have done better if you're giving yourself 30 minutes pockets. Okay, so it's very important. I'll give you a proper review of this about studying so that you can understand what I mean. Okay guys, so you'll see these videos cut. It will say continue to the next stage, continue. So when you see it doing that, it means I set for the only one time and then I'm cutting them to continue. And also, please, apologies, they will be available to Prime members first, not to everyone. So Prime members are gonna get these videos, and then after that it will be available to the public channel. Why? Because they sponsor this channel. They help bring this channel to do what we're doing. Is the Prime members. If you are not a Prime member and you want to contribute to help in sponsoring this channel, I'll encourage you, join our Prime membership. It's a small contribution, about 25-28 rand a month. It's not really much. A maximum I think is about 99 rand if you're doing N3. It increases according to your level. N1 is your entry, N2, N3, then it gets bigger like that. But guys, it's helping someone who can't afford. There are some people who can't even afford paying anything. The only thing between them and their future is getting these videos. You can't be a person who helps these videos bring a change to someone's life, you know. So if you are able, just assist by being a Prime member, even if you're not going to benefit much from it. Just as a way of saying I'm donating to someone who can't afford this. Okay, now if you want to do private donations, I will say you are welcome. You know, go to our emails, info@24minute.co.za. You never know, there can be a blesser out there who says I can sponsor some of these videos.